Letitia Scott is in the middle of drama again, and this time, people are talking about her business moves. Fans are calling her out for showing off projects that never seem to be finished. Now, proof is coming out, and people have a lot to say. Is this another case of making big promises but not delivering? Or is something bigger happening behind the scenes? We are breaking down everything, every detail, every reaction, and the real truth behind these projects that have social media. Talking. Letitia is one of the most talked about stars of Love and Marriage, Huntsville. She has built a name for herself as a smart businesswoman, but not without facing a lot of criticism. Lately, fans have started to question if she is taking on more than she can handle, whether it is real estate projects, business plans, or new ideas. Many of her projects never seem to be fully completed. This has left people asking, is Letitia struggling to keep up? Or is something else happening behind the scenes? Today, we are going deep into all the drama. What has she promised? What has she actually done? And why do so many fans feel like they have been misled? We will also look at how Letitia and her husband, Marceau Scott, are reacting to the backlash. Could this hurt their business and reputation? There is a lot to uncover, and you do not want to miss it. Let us get into it. Letitia Scott is a co-owner of Scott Realty and an important part of Schultz Industries' construction business. She's always talked about her big dreams. From real estate investments to property development, she has worked hard to make a name for herself. But now, fans are noticing something, a pattern that keeps happening again and again. For years, Letitia has announced many business ideas and real estate projects, but most of them never seem to be completed. She shares pictures, talks about big plans, and gets people excited. But when it is time to show real progress, there is nothing. One of the biggest examples of this was a commercial development project that Letitia and Marceau promised would change Huntsville. They talked about building shops, office buildings, and bringing new businesses to the area. Fans believed in the vision and waited for updates, but time passed. Months, even years, and nothing happened. People expected pictures of construction, signs of progress, or at least some updates. But instead, all they got were more promises. Some fans even pointed out that the land looked exactly the same as before, making them wonder if the project ever had the money to begin with. Then, social media exploded. Fans started asking questions. They began noticing a trend. Letitia would post pictures of projects as if they had started, but after that, there was no real progress. People connected the dots and the criticism grew louder. Now, everyone is asking, what is really going on? Fans are starting to see a pattern in Letitia Scott's business moves. She often talks about new projects as if they are almost finished, but in reality, they are still in the early planning stages. One person on social media pointed out that a business expansion she posted about months ago looks exactly the same in a recent picture. There is no sign of any real construction. People have also noticed that Letitia makes big announcements right before a new season of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, begins. Some believe she does this to keep attention on her story instead of showing real progress. Others even think she might be using these announcements to get investors or secure funding without having everything ready to move forward. Because of this, many people are starting to doubt her as a businesswoman. Some critics have even called her all talk, no action. Letitia's response: standing her ground or avoiding the truth. Letitia has not ignored the criticism. She has spoken out, saying that business projects take time and that people need to be patient. She believes that just because progress is not visible yet, it does not mean work is not happening behind the scenes. But here is the problem. Many people do not believe her. The main issue is that she keeps announcing new projects without explaining. What happened to the old ones? Every few months, there is another big promise, but then it slowly fades away. Now, fans are asking the biggest question: what is really going on? Is this just poor project management, or is there something bigger happening behind the scenes? We are about to take a closer look at the financial side of things. And trust me, this next part will make you question everything. When it comes to real estate, construction, and business expansion, one thing is always needed: money. Big projects require strong financial support, investors, permits, and a skilled team to bring them to life. But the real question is, does Letitia Scott actually have the money to complete the projects she keeps announcing? Financial red flags. Where is the money coming from? Fans and critics are starting to ask if Letitia and Marceau really have the financial support to make these big plans happen. The real estate and construction industry is expensive, and when projects slow down or never get finished, it is usually because of money problems, permit issues, or poor business management. Let us take a look at some financial red flags that have made people question Letitia's business ventures. Too many unfinished projects. Real estate takes time, but when someone keeps making big promises with no real progress, it starts to look suspicious. If Letitia had the money ready, these projects would be moving forward smoothly. Instead, they seem stuck for months or even years. This makes people wonder if she is struggling to get the money needed to complete them. Lawsuits and legal issues. Letitia and Marceau have been connected to legal troubles in the past. There have also been rumors about financial struggles, which only make people more doubtful. With so many questions about their projects, fans are now asking, what is really going on behind the scenes? There have also been rumors about unpaid contractors and missed deadlines. If a company is facing several legal issues, it could mean they are struggling with money or not managing their business properly. New announcements before finishing old ones. Instead of giving updates on her older projects, Letitia often announces brand new business plans before completing the previous ones. This has made many people wonder if she is using the excitement of one project to make everyone forget that nothing is happening with the last one. Is she using Love and Marriage, Huntsville to boost her business? Being on reality television has a big advantage. It gives free publicity. Anything Letitia talks about on Love and Marriage, Huntsville gets attention, which means she does not have to spend much money on marketing. Because of this, some believe she might be using the show's platform to bring in investors, business partners, and funding, without having solid plans to actually make these projects happen. Think about it. Every season, Letitia and Marceau talk about new real estate deals, business plans, and expansion projects. But once the cameras stop rolling, how many of these actually become real? If she can make the audience and potential investors believe she is working on something big, it could bring her financial opportunities that might not have come otherwise. So, is this a smart business move, or is it misleading? That is the big question. Marceau's role? Is he helping or making things worse? While Letitia is the face of these business plans, Marceau is also deeply involved behind the scenes. But is he helping to build something real, or is he part of the reason these projects are not moving forward? Is Marceau helping or making things worse? One thing that makes this situation even more complicated is Marceau Scott's role in these business deals. He is a licensed general contractor and runs Schultz Industries, so he is supposed to handle the construction and make sure the projects actually happen. But over the past few seasons, it has become clear that even Marceau might be struggling to keep up. He has shown frustration with Letitia's big plans and her eagerness to expand too fast. He has admitted that running a business is not easy, especially with all the pressure they face as a well-known couple. At times, it has even seemed like he does not fully agree with the way Letitia wants to move forward. If Marceau, the person responsible for making these projects happen, is feeling stressed and unsure, that could be a major warning sign. It makes people wonder if these projects are as real as Letitia wants them to believe. Is Letitia dreaming too big, or is she selling dreams? Now, here's the big question. Is Letitia simply dreaming too big and struggling to bring her ideas to life? Or is she knowingly making big promises that she never plans to keep? The truth might be even more surprising than people think. Fans are calling her. Out for reality television stars, social media can be both a good and a bad thing. It helps them promote their businesses, shape how the public sees them, and connect with fans. But at the same time, it is also the place where the truth comes out. And right now, fans are not staying silent. Fans are not holding back. When reality stars make big claims, social media is always watching. People love to check the facts, and once they see something that does not add up, they speak up. Right now, Letitia Scott is facing a lot of criticism. Many fans believe she keeps posting about projects that are not really moving forward, making them seem more successful than they actually are. Fans want proof. The latest drama started when Letitia made a big announcement about a new commercial real estate project. She made it sound like construction was already happening. But then, people started asking questions. Where is the actual progress? One Twitter user asked, posting 2 pictures of the same property taken months apart. The land looked exactly the same, with no work being done. Why does every project she announces never seem to get finished? Another person wrote, pointing out that similar promises had been made before, but never led to anything. One comment that went viral took a direct shot at Letitia and Marceau. At this point, I will believe it when I see a grand opening. Until then, it is just another episode of Fantasy and Marriage Huntsville. Fans find a pattern things became even more intense when social media users started looking through Letitia's past Instagram posts. What they found was a clear pattern: big announcements, exciting updates, and then silence. Time and time again, projects were introduced with a lot of energy, but never seemed to move forward. Now, fans are wondering if Letitia is really building a business or just building a story for the cameras. Big promises, no results. Letitia Scott has made many big business announcements over the years, but fans are starting to see a pattern. She talks about huge projects, shares exciting plans, and posts pictures that make it seem like things are moving fast. But after some time, the projects quietly disappear, and nothing really happens. The hotel that never happened? At one point, Letitia hinted that she was working on a big hotel project. She shared drawings that looked like plans for a brand new hotel, making fans believe something huge was coming. But now, 2 years later, there is no hotel, no updates, and no signs that the project ever existed. It just disappeared. The restaurant that never opened. Another time, Letitia posted about a restaurant she was opening in Huntsville. She even shared pictures of an unfinished space, making it look like the restaurant was under construction. Fans got excited, waiting for the big opening. But months passed, and instead of celebrating a new business, everything went silent. The restaurant never opened. The same story, again and again. Fans started looking back at her old business announcements and noticed something strange. The words she used, the way she hyped up the projects, and the promises she made were almost exactly the same every time. The only difference was the type of business. First, it was a hotel, then a restaurant, then a shopping center. But the result was always the same: no progress, no opening, and no real updates. Is it just for attention? Now people are wondering why Letitia keeps making big announcements when nothing ever happens. Some believe she is doing it just to keep people talking about her on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Being on reality television gives her a big platform, and if she can make people believe she is a powerful businesswoman, it could bring her new opportunities. But the real question is, does she actually have the businesses she claims, or is it all just a way to stay in the spotlight? Those doors aren't necessarily attached to real businesses, but others think there might be a deeper issue at play, a mix of poor project management, financial struggles, and overambition if Letitia and Marceau don't have enough investors or capital. To complete these projects, it would make sense why they stall if they're struggling with permits approvals or land ownership issues. That could also explain why construction never begins. And if Letitia is making business decisions based on PR rather than reality, it might be a case of her trying to maintain an illusion rather than admitting that certain deals have fallen through the fallout. How is this affecting her reputation? The biggest consequence of all this isn't just social. Media dragging her. It's what happens to her business reputation. People in the real estate and construction industry know that credibility is everything. If investors, clients, or business partners start to feel like Letitia isn't following through, it could hurt her long-term opportunities. Will people trust her with new projects? If the old ones are still unfinished, will investors be willing to put money behind her ideas? If they don't see results, could this backlash affect her ability to grow her businesses outside of reality TV? And let's not forget, this isn't just about Letitia. Marcel's name is on the line too. If his construction company is associated with failed or stalled projects, it could start to affect their bottom line in a major way. But the real question now is, how will Letitia respond to this growing facing the backlash? Letitia's response: when a reality TV star gets called out, they have two choices: face the criticism head-on or try to avoid it. So, how has Letitia Scott reacted to all the questions about her unfinished projects? Well, instead of putting the doubts to rest with real proof, her response has only made things worse. Rather than showing clear progress, she has mostly shared Vague statements, defensive social media posts, and avoided direct answers. And fans? They are not convinced. Ignoring the critics at first, Leticia acted as if nothing was wrong. She kept posting on social media like usual, sharing motivational quotes, pictures with her husband Marceau, and promoting her businesses. But the internet does not forget. Every time she posted, the comment section filled up with fans demanding updates. People asked things like, "Where is the proof that anything is actually being built?" And "You love making big announcements, but we never see results." Others even mocked her with, "Another coming soon post?" We have heard this before, but instead of giving real answers, Leticia either ignored the comments or deleted them. Leticia finally speaks out. But did she really say anything after days of fans demanding answers? Leticia finally responded during an Instagram live session. People expected her to clear things up, show proof, or at least explain why her projects were taking so long. But instead, she gave a vague speech about staying focused and ignoring negativity. What she said, Leticia's message was simple. People love to talk, but they do not know what is really happening behind the scenes. Success does not happen overnight. These things take time. I know what I'm doing, and I do not have to prove anything to anybody. At first, it might seem like a confident response, but when you look closer, she did not actually answer anything. She did not provide proof. She did not explain why so many projects had stalled. She did not address the real estate receipts that fans had uncovered. And instead of calming people down, her words only made them more suspicious. Marceau tries to defend her, but does he make it worse? As the backlash grew, Marceau stepped in to defend his wife. But instead of clearing things up, he might have made it worse. In a separate interview, he was asked directly why so many of their business projects had not moved forward. His response? There is a difference between planning a project and actually executing it. People do not understand the business side of things. We have multiple ventures happening at the same time, and some take longer than others. While that might sound reasonable, it did not address the real issue. If they had so many projects in the works, why did none of them seem to be getting finished? Instead of reassuring fans, his words just added to the confusion. No real answers, and fans are not buying it. Marceau's explanation did not help much either. Instead of providing real updates, he kept things vague. We are not rushing anything. When the time is right, people will see what we have been working on. Once again, no details, no proof, and no clear reason why so many projects seem to be stuck. Fans were not convinced. One Twitter user summed it up perfectly. Marceau just gave us a whole lot of words and still told us nothing. Where is the actual proof? The blocked and deleted scandals, the pressure kept building. Leticia's social media became even more chaotic. Instead of answering questions, she started blocking critics and deleting comments. Fans who had previously commented on her Instagram posts noticed their comments were mysteriously disappearing. Some even said they had been blocked just for asking about the status of her projects. One user posted screenshots showing that they had asked for an update, and within an hour, their comment was gone. Another person claimed they sent her a polite message about her real estate ventures and got blocked. At this point, it was becoming clear. Instead of addressing the situation openly, Leticia was trying to control the narrative by silencing critics. Is this hurting her business reputation? On reality TV, it is easy to brush off criticism by calling it drama or blaming jealous people. But in business, your reputation is everything. If people start doubting whether you follow through on your projects, it can make investors and partners hesitant to work with you. And right now, Leticia's business credibility is being questioned more than ever. Leticia's business reputation is on the line right now. Leticia's credibility is being questioned in a big way. And it is not just fans who are watching. Potential investors are paying close attention too. Investors want security. If Leticia and Marceau are serious about growing their businesses, they need financial backers. But no investor wants to put money into a business that seems unstable. Real estate professionals are taking notes. The industry is small, and word spreads fast. If people start thinking Leticia is all talk with no action, securing future deals will not be easy. Her brand is at risk. As a businesswoman, Leticia depends on her reputation to secure partnerships and expand her empire. But if people stop believing what she says, how can she continue to grow? What happens next? Now, the big question is, can Leticia recover from this this controversy, there are only two ways this can go. She proves everyone wrong. If Letitia suddenly starts sharing real updates, business filings, construction site tours, or actual proof of progress, she might be able to silence the critics. She keeps dodging the questions. If she continues avoiding the backlash, blocking critics, and making vague statements, the situation could spiral even further. And this is not just about Letitia anymore. If these doubts keep growing, they could also hurt Marceau's reputation and their family's financial future. What do you think? Is Letitia just misunderstood, or is she playing a risky game by announcing projects that may not even exist? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because trust me, this story is far from over.